Welcome to 2 on the 10.
Oh, we back 2 on the 10, baby.
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul.
I'm Mitch.
Greedy.
Greedy.
Get your ass in the house.
Oh,
What's sports betting?
yeah. Oh, no. We got to talk about this. Greedy got lucky. He has a sports betting.
I have a sports betting cat. You guys didn't know about.
And he's a lot better at sports betting than Greedy is.
All right, tell this story before we get started.
So I saw FanDuel was offering me a free bet. Basically, I could place a bet up to $250, and win or lose, they're going to give me $250 in free bets, or whatever I bet. So I was like, oh, I'll throw 100 on it and just try to pick a no-brainer. So I was on my phone and I'm going through the app and I'm picking different selections of like different guys that I want to parlay into my bet.
You want to parlay?
And I'm sitting on my bed doing it, and my cat's like crawling around. Fucking next thing I know, the cat comes up and just jams his head right into the phone. It fucking falls out of my hands. I go to try to grab it. I pick it back up. Bet placed for $100 for 3 guys. I was like, oh shit.
Did it go bet place? Thank you, bud.
Yeah, you sweating this
So then Bud was right though. He knew that was the play because I hit the bet and won $100.
Hey, well, first of all, shout out to Bud, the serial killer cat.
By the way, when I got home tonight, speaking of serial killer cats, it was a crime scene.
Was it really?
I had to
Worse than The Shining?
I had to mop the floors.
It was bird everywhere.
Well, the funny part is, so I walked in the door and I went into the kitchen.
It was
and I
worse
looked
than
on the
Austin
floor,
Kutcher's first
and there
date.
there was like 4 little feathers, and I was like, oh, Bud must have killed the bird outside and had some feathers on him and brought him in. Because normally, like all over when you walk in the door, you can see them. Right. So I'm not thinking anything. So I go back and I go to turn the hallway to go down to my room, and I was like, oh, that's where the bird's at. It was just shredded from
everywhere.
The hallway all the way to the bedroom. Just
crazy.
Destroyed. There was no actual body left of the bird, or the head was gone. He must have ate it all. It was just feathers in the wings. He bites the wings off at the arm of the bird, and the wings just lay there. He doesn't touch them.
Huh.
And then he just shreds the bird into a million pieces.
He's more of a breast guy than a wing.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there was
Why was the song Arms Wide Open, going through my head? Shout out to Creed.
there was nothing left of the bird other than feathers, but they were everywhere.
Hey, does Bud eat his cat food at all? Does he eat his cat food?
Yeah.
Because that motherfucker seems like he wouldn't be hungry
He
at
eats
all.
all the time.
Yeah.
Does
Because he eats. I leave it.
Is he part of Foodie Gang?
He is. I have dry food I leave out for him,
Okay.
and then every day I give him a can of wet food, and he mashes. And when he's hungry, he just jumps up on the counter. He'll walk over to where the box is with his wet food and like bump the box and try to knock it over.
Hey, you should really put him on your social media. I think people might be, interested in that shit.
I think you got the corner of the market on that with
Bud, the serial killer
the Bengal
cat.
twins.
Bud, the serial killer cat.
One day I want to do like a unsolved mysteries of the bird.
With the music. You gotta
Yeah.
get the music.
Oh my God.
And then get that guy to talk. They found evidence, but they couldn't find the body.
When they asked Bud about where he was, he said no comment.
I need Bud to come on my house. These motherfucking birds are retarded out here.
You just need to get yourself a cat.
Nah, see, I'm trying to see, my girl has a dog, and she's getting a little older, so once the dog gets older and goes around, there ain't no more fucking animals in this house, bro. Listen.
There ain't no Christmas trees, no animals.
The only animal in this house is gonna be me.
fucking ain't right. Talk to him, man. Talk to him, man. Nah, you know how I mean. I've had animals off and on and stuff like that.
They pee on my white fur coat.
They just ain't me. I got to bring back the fur coat. You know what? I've had some comments on it. People love it, digging my fur coat. I think I'm gonna get some multiple colors.
Oh, you're my idol, bro. Signed Chewbacca.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get some multiple colors and shit. Just rock some crazy stuff. Definitely, man. We got All-Star Weekend coming up too. Out in the Bay Area. Huh?
Oh, that's right.
That's just gonna be wild out there, huh?
Yeah.
It's gonna wild out there. You better be careful.
There's gonna be some bipping.
There's gonna be bipping out there.
There's gonna be some bip walking.
Yeah, because there's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers out there.
Who was that guy I sent you the video of?
Oh, that was D-Lo. Shout out to D-Lo. No-ho. He don't give a fuck about no-ho. No-ho.
He was like, wear all your fake jewelry that looks the best.
Hell
He's
yeah.
like,
Shout out to Moissanite.
But no, okay, real talk. Yeah. They got the jewelry is so nice out there. They pass diamond testers, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And so you take a diamond tester to it, fucking it comes up real. You know what I'm saying? Only way you know is you got to take it to a jeweler and put it underneath a microscope. So why the fuck are you gonna have, especially if you go on a spot like that? Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I got money, so why don't I have fucking fake, rollies on, fucking fake diamond out fucking watches looking like,
Well, let me just say this first of all.
take my fucking $40 watch,
First of all, I'm just going to say this. I do think now that we're seeing how the game's being played. First of all, on a few levels.
Okay.
When it comes to jewelry and fashion and shit.
Right.
I honestly think that the rapper jewelers.
Yeah.
I think that they've been sneaking in the Moissanite's for a while.
Do you think so? Okay.
Two, I mean, let's put it this way: we've all bought jewelry from urban jewelers before.
Yeah.
I just know this much: you're not getting you're really not getting a certificate when you get there.
Yes, I listen. Here's the thing, and we've done business with some of the same jewelers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put anybody on blast, but
Frost.
Wow, I was just about to say something. Now I don't know if I can say it and shit.
Is that where every kiss begins?
All I have to say is, first of all, I'm just going to speak on the diamond industry as a whole.
Yeah.
If you know the markup, did you know the markup is 90% on jewelry? Did you know that on diamonds?
I know it's super high, and I know there's elevated prices.
No.
Don't even mean
This shit.
No. Yeah, I mean,
literally, if they pay $100 for something, they can mark that shit up to 1,000 for a diamond. You know what I'm saying? And they make it sound like diamonds are the rarest things out there. That's not the case, bro. Diamonds aren't fucking rare at all. They are.
they're held back.
They're held back. Yeah.
Who is it? The Berg family or whatever.
Yeah. Diamonds are plentiful out there, but the market's is regulated about how much goes on the market. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what's funny though is, and we talked about this before, but now you got 3 different levels of quality when we're talking shine and cuts and clarity.
Yep.
Okay, so you got your traditional, and let's just call it, it's a ground or mine diamond.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a real diamond.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously.
Yeah, like my girl's diamond ring is a real diamond. Only reason why I got her that.
Earth diamond.
Yeah, only reason why I got her that because if I go to every reseller, it gets better resale value. But go ahead. I'll comment on the next.
And then I'll just say with the Earth ones, there's even also where there's enhanced and different things where they do things to the gem, whatever, or color out the inclusions, different things like that.
Yep.
Okay, and then you got obviously your lab diamonds.
Yep.
And now this is different than the Fugazi that was on YouTube 20 years ago, 15 years ago. These are also real diamonds.
These are real diamonds. Yeah, that are grown in a lab.
Yes.
So
with the properties of, they're basically clones of Earth diamonds. They're just not from the Earth.
Yep. I mean, well, technically they are because they've taken a piece of a diamond and made it bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like giving a diamond steroids.
But they're not mined underneath the earth themselves.
Yeah.
And so they're labeled something different.
So here's the thing: those things are in lab diamonds. A lot of people are going to lab diamonds because they're fucking 60% cheaper than Earth diamonds.
At least.
You know what I'm saying?
At least.
And so you can get a fucking nice, and they're shiny. Yeah. I mean, they look everything. And like I said,
I'm just going to say this because you get skeptical. You're like, and again, because at the end of the day, we're all manipulated by society, celebrity, success, status, all that shit, right? Yep. Okay, and media, of course. Even though the game's different now, with social media. Mm-hmm. But with that said, there are people, there's celebrities, and I'll do 2 examples. Meghan Markle, whatever, the royal wedding. You can Google this. She had a 4.5 carat lab diamond on her hand.
Okay.
That's her engagement ring. Okay. So again, just what it's worth, what they sold for, whatever. Yep. I don't know, and then I'll take it to the Super Bowl. I catch what they're doing. Patrick Mahomes' wife was I guess somebody, the jewelers loaned her or gave her an $85,000 they made sure to say lab diamond necklace.
Okay.
$85,000. It's crazy because,
and that's lab diamond.
That's
what's crazy about
exactly.
it. It's still $85,000. Just think about if that was an Earth diamond, what that necklace would be worth.
Well,
but
that also,
like you said,
okay. So a couple things with the lab diamond being, especially for the younger generation.
Yep.
The younger generation is, and I'll give an example. To kind of also show that I know what I'm talking about, and it's not only being a buyer of diamond jewelry over the last 20 years, but then also selling actually a piece. I'm selling somebody's wedding ring.
Okay.
And very nice freaking ring. Basically almost 1 carat.
Okay.
And beautiful ring,
Right.
but was probably about 15 years old.
Yep.
White gold. So
Okay.
the gold's worth something right there.
Yep.
I'm gonna guess they probably paid $5 grand, $4 grand for it back then.
Yep.
Whatever. It's a princess cut, so it's dated.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's dated to that era when princess cuts were popping.
Yep.
And it's just right under a carat. Right under a carat's going to hurt it because everybody wants a carat mark or more.
Yep.
But in getting an idea of what it was, some of the ideas were like, oh, you're not going to get that much because of the princess carat. It's a beautiful ring. You're not going to get that much because it's a princess carat, a princess cut, excuse me. But also on top of that, in that price range, for about a 1 carat, someone could get a very nice 2 carat, 2.5, maybe even 3 carat lab diamond.
Yeah.
And so that's also bringing down the prices of certain diamonds,
Yep.
of natural mine diamonds.
Yep.
And that's the word, mine diamonds. And so to give you an example, that $5,000 ring at retail, I picked up. I'm gonna probably flip it for $1,200.
Gotcha.
And that's probably good money.
Yeah, it's probably good money.
I'll tell you, when I was engaged at one time in my life, many, many years ago, I spent almost 10 grand on a ring. And when the engagement was off, the pawn shop gave her $400 for it.
But they also go so low and so dirty because the female.
She went to like 3 different places, and that was the one that gave her the highest offer was $400.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
And she pawned that shit. I was like, I would have given you $400 for it.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what I'd have done with it, but
That is insane.
And the last thing to get back to the level of diamonds and all that stuff. So you got the mine diamonds, you got the lab diamonds, and of course, and then you got the moissanite, which aren't diamonds but have diamond properties.
But they fucking shine.
They shine.
I actually think they shine sometimes.
Sometimes people argue they do
They shine
because
better than diamonds.
there's actually no inclusions.
Yeah.
There's no flaws.
Yeah.
So again, and with that said, what's funny is, I really believe that these rap jewelers over the last 10 years at least have been including at least lab diamonds in some of people's pieces.
Gotcha.
And definitely, and maybe even some moissanites.
Gotcha.
And 2 pieces of reference for why I'm just not talking out my ass. One, Jacob the jeweler got called out for selling Nas a fake piece.
Gotcha.
If you're one of the biggest, jewelers
in the world,
jewelers in the world, so credible. You have watches. He has watches. Do you see the Tom Brady watch? The Tom Brady's wearing one of his Turbulins. That's a $650,000 Jacob watch.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you got all this, why would you need to slide fake diamonds? But my theory on it is, okay, even if you want a certificate, right?
Yep.
I'm going to tell you that I got you that necklace, and it's 20 carats, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Here, I'm going to throw down the certificate, 20 carats. We're not saying on that necklace where they are, where they're located. It's just the 20 carats, it's this, and it's appraised at this.
Yep.
And everybody goes, oh, double that, whatever, mark it up of what it's supposedly worth. Okay? There's no breakdown or explanation of where each diamond's located. So, again, how is that even anywhere real and what's going on? Because these jewelers put, in my opinion, and what I think, they put certain pieces around,
Right.
and then fill it with lesser diamonds here or there.
Gotcha.
And so you're gonna get your let's say if a person's doing legit business, that you're gonna get what's on the paper, 20 carats of diamonds. Here you go. But you're also gonna get a bunch of other stuff that you probably didn't even know in the naked eye was a diamond.
Yeah, and
or
then,
was a moissanite, or was a
and then,
lab diamond.
going back to what I said, the markup's so great.
Yeah.
They're still making fucking a heavy fucking.
The funniest part about jewelry is the most precious thing is the metal.
Yeah.
And it wasn't always that way. I remember sometimes I bought jewelry when gold was 500 and something, an ounce. And what's it called? I've sold some jewelry when gold was 2,800 an ounce, which is like an all-time, close to all-time high. So I mean,
Yep.
that's again, I don't know how we got off of that subject.
Yeah.
But with the diamonds and everything. So again, and one other thing too.
We were talking about All-Star Weekend.
All-Star Weekend, exactly. And with that said, though, one other thing too. It's about 1.5 years, 2 years old now. Trax New York, I've gotten some jewelry from him. He made a post, and I don't know, I think that he's coked up or whatever. I mean, good work, very popular diamond place in the Diamond District and everything. He was even in that movie with
Adam Sandler.
Yeah, Adam Sandler. Thank you. Yeah, he was, he was a sidekick for a second in that movie. But with that said, that dude even put on his video, because he was going to probably get called out on it. He makes an announcement and he shows everybody, I'm going to show everybody what's right about the industry. look, they're putting in this stuff, and he goes through a different tester because those diamond testers, they don't, obviously, we said earlier, they can't differentiate diamond, lab mined, or moissanite.
Right.
So it's going to beep, and it's so funny when you see all these videos, people still to this day testing their teeth, testing their glasses, testing their watch.
Yep.
We all, even everybody knows, okay, it's going to beep, cool, whatever. But with that said, he was he's the first person I seen speak on it and showed a piece, put it under these lights, this light scanner, and then it showed the diamonds that were diamonds, and it showed the ones that were moissanites, or whatever they did. And then he goes, I got tricked by my wholesaler that I've trusted for this and this and this. And if anybody's got a piece, obviously we'll make it right. But that's a blanket statement.
Right. Yeah.
It was basically saying over here that I got tricked. I sold.
Or did he get tricked or he got called out on it?
Yeah. And the whole game was going to crumble.
Yeah.
And now, people are going to be exposed for selling,
You ever been to New York and the Diamond
Oh,
District?
yeah.
They got some good stuff out there. You can get some good prices out there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can. They're hustling. They want a deal.
You think that's the best place to buy diamonds?
If you know somebody.
If you know somebody?
Also a good place to get ripped off.
Yeah.
It's New York.
That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one.
It's a great place to buy watches too. I watched all the watch guys on TikTok that go around Diamond District and flip watches, buy and sell watches, diamonds, jewelry.
So if you know what you're doing, you know what you're looking for, that's a great place to go.
Yeah.
And you know how to maneuver.
Yeah.
Let's not act like you can come in with cash or jewelry and just walk around New York streets, especially if you're an out of towner.
Yep. I got you. All right, man. Well, let's get back. We talk about different topics, throughout the show and stuff like that. But let's get into the weekend. I know you had a busy weekend, so
I'm gonna try and keep it quick. But there's a couple of different things to touch on. So I went to Vegas this weekend for Super Bowl, and then also for the clothing show. So me and Chris, we went to Vegas for the first time. Yeah.
Listen, I'm the first one to admit, I really thought the three-peat was coming. I really did. I was on that bandwagon. I wanted to see it. But shout out to the Eagles. Shout out to Jalen Hurts. First off, man, the amount of scrutiny that man's taken. You know what I'm saying? For him to come out and ball like he did.
And I just want to make a note. I think I predicted Eagles win. I said they weren't going to let the three-peat happen. I even gave a score of 34-27, I believe it was.
Yeah.
It ended 40-22. That's pretty damn fucking.
And hey, how much did you make betting off of it?
That was a hard one to bet.
A hard one. Here's the problem. I don't bet just straight games.
Yeah.
I want to bet the parlays. I want to bet $25 to win like 300. I don't want to bet 25 to win 22.50.
Yeah.
So it's tough. I mean, if I would have bet heavy, I would have just won on the Eagles. But I bet on.
But the crazy thing is my bet only fucking ended up missing by fucking one, and it's one of the. And it wasn't the one I thought it was. I thought I missed by Jared Goddard.
Goddard, yeah.
I think the game got out of hand, and that's why they weren't throwing anymore. But that's the only one I fucking missed on. I was right on.
Well, I hit my first bet and I hit my last bet.
Oh, this motherfucker hit on the coin toss.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the type of shit he bets on.
Hey.
But anyway, so I just wanted to, that was a little side note of the Super Bowl.
Tails never fails, baby.
And then I'll say this: speaking of Super Bowl, I hit on Jalen Hurts MVP, and then I hit on what's it called? We all called Saquon under 140.
Saquon under, yeah. That was. I thought that was.
I did call that though.
No, but you did say he was gonna have a big day.
He did. He had like 45 rushing yards and another 40-something yards receiving.
Yeah, but he was gonna have his number. I remember vividly.
I said he was gonna get close to his number, but not in rushing. What he doesn't have in rushing, he's gonna make up for receiving.
No, but that counts. Okay, well then I misinterpreted because if you said he was gonna have a big day, but it was gonna be more in receiving. I didn't take that. He's going to make his rushing number with receiving and rushing. I thought he was going to have a good rushing game, like 80 yards receiving and 80 yards rushing. No. 160.
Yeah, well, 40 yards for Saquon is pretty good receiving.
But
I was on that.
That was a given. That was the given of all givens. So I took it.
No way they would.
So I took it, and then I also took.
You said that the Chiefs ain't never had.
Yeah, 100-yard rusher. They didn't give up 100-yard rusher. And I don't know how much of it is real and scripted. I mean, when we're going to that final game, like I said, and the one thing I did say in battling back between the occult story of the Eagles with the record and what it would have been, which whatever, and then my original theory from the last few years is that the team in NFL football that starts out as a favorite doesn't run the table.
Gotcha.
And I think it's still proven. And I mean, it went down to the last game, but it was almost, there was no doubt who was going to win the game after like the second possession. It seemed like.
Yeah, I mean,
It just felt like that.
the Eagles were rushing 4 getting
Yeah.
into the backfield. You knew unless they were somehow they were going to stop this pass rush, it was done.
And
Pat Mahomes had no time to sit there and set his feet at all.
And I'll say this too. What's it called? I also made money on DeAndre Hopkins. You know.
Oh, really? Catching the touchdown?
Yeah, 6-1.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, there
So,
you
I
go.
mean,
There you go.
I know. But with that said, so went to Vegas for this, to watch the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Shout out Lambert. Shout out Perry and Brenda. They own a company. If you guys check it out, it's called Well Hung Meat. It's hold on.
Pause. Yep.
It's actually one of the best beef jerky companies out there, and they also sell merch. They sell a hell lot of merch. Can you imagine? Well Hung Meat.
Yeah, right.
And with that said, and they're starting a new company, so we were kind of talking about that. That was pretty cool to be able to be on the inside of that with them on the trip. I shared a couple spots of mine for foodie stuff. They did too. So that was cool. So they hung out on, again, I also saw Lambert. Shout out to Lambert too. Got that in. We stayed at the Cromwell. I was able to watch the game there. Decided to pay for a table at their little Super Bowl party. So that was cool.
Okay.
They allow you to smoke cigars in the hotel. So that was kind of, real, that was real slick right there to be able to do that. And then as far as food spots, real quick, got to get all of them in because I'm definitely doing all that foodie gang stuff.
Right.
Tacos El Gordo. Obviously, people know that one.
Yep.
The one time I went there, I was super drunk in San Diego, probably 1998 when they first opened, after hours, 98 or 99. I think me and Len went there or whatever. And then I'm hearing all the stories of how they're the spot. They're like the number one taco spot. They opened Vegas and then run Vegas. Their spot in Vegas, for those that don't know, supposedly produces $5 million in sales a month. So we're talking 55 million, 60 million for the whole year in taco sales.
Oh, wow.
There's lines around the building. From almost dusk till dawn.
Okay.
And now they open 2 other locations in Vegas as well too.
Okay.
But I think the one right, on the strip by the RV World and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we got there a little bit early. So we only were in like a 5-10 minute line.
Okay.
The line is confusing as shit though, by the way, because they have like numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I get that that's an order, whatever. But like you got to go to number 1 for carne asada or whatever, number 2 for El Pastor.
Okay.
And so it's just kind of very confusing when there's all these people there, and
Right.
and there is a lady coming around helping you out or whatever. But man, some of the best carne asada tacos I've ever had. I probably put them in the mix with it's either them or Taco Cabron, just depending on my mood. I'll say they're for people that know Phoenix, Taco Cabron. That's one of the ones we champion. As far as when it comes to flavor, carne asada.
Yeah. This my spot.
I'll say, that this. I know they're from Tijuana for El Gordo, and then they have a strong base in San Diego. But their carne asada, man, it's right there. Might be a little better. It's close. I think they're a little more Americanized because they are. They have it a little more convenient. Right. Whereas I think Taco Cabron's a little more traditional from where they're from and everything else.
I got you.
More paisa-ish, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Right.
But both amazing. But Tacos El Gordo was amazing. Had some of the best carne asada I've ever had, and had the best carne asada fries ever.
Really?
That's the one I stand on.
Okay.
Carne asada fries. And then what's it called? So we had that. What else? Did dinner on Monday night at one of my favorite Italian spots, and retook my top spot of my Italian favorite restaurants, Capo's. Okay. It's Capo's Speakeasy. You got to have reservations, but it's not only a great place for Italian food, which I think, like I said, I had the best veal parmesan I've ever had there. Okay. Or anywhere, for me at least. And it was like $38. Okay. Not saying that's cheap, but that's not, compared to what you get veal for nowadays, in today's economy prices. But it's a speakeasy. There's a secret door to get in, and then you walk through and it's like an old Copa lounge or something. You feel like you're in Goodfellas.
Gotcha.
It's kind of dark. There's, the red velvets, like seating. Right. There's like a lounge Sinatra type player. Okay. And there's also a damn good magician that can come to your table and do tricks and card tricks, and had us in there. I couldn't believe like some of the stuff he was pulling off. Okay. I had a good bottle of wine there. Even my buddy Perry, he had a filet. The filet was money. It was so flavorful. And then when he cut me off a slice, I gave him a piece of the veal. Okay. And then his wife had the chicken marsala, and then Chris had the she had she had pasta with Alfredo sauce and the giant shrimp, and stuff. So wrapped with bacon. So it was money. So that was definitely check out Capo's, my favorite Italian spot right now, and then also not only for the ambiance entertainment experience, but then also for the food. Okay. Their family recipe for their meatballs is amazing. I've never had meatballs on a Caesar salad before. Don't ask me, go figure. It was amazing.
Really?
Amazing, yeah.
Okay.
And then so then the other spots that are worth mentioning for the food, I would say is we went to hit another Mexican spot before we left. It was called Sayulitas.
Oh, Sayulita. So, like the place in Mexico, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Sayulita is one of my favorite places. Well, in Mexico, not the
Yeah.
the food
Got
spot
you.
we go.
And what's funny is they actually are out of San Diego as well, too, by way of Mexico.
Okay.
So again, and I didn't know this because I was flipping through my TikTok and I saw a Vegas foodie. I want to say shout out Damien. Hooked LV. Because he was the one doing the review.
Right.
And what got me was the burrito they wrapped in cheese and the burrito they wrapped in bacon. And then the giant burrito like that 6 people can eat.
Right. And so they fry the whole burrito, right? They dip it in the fryer and fry the whole motherfucker.
I mean, well, on one of them they did for like a chimichanga style.
Okay, gotcha.
with stuff.
What do they do as far as like the wrap, the bacon and stuff like that?
Oh, I didn't order the bacon this time. I wanted to, and I just got so confused that
What you get? What was your outside? The cheese?
Okay, yeah, I decided to go cheese.
Okay, so did they deep fry the cheese or no? Just cook.
And again,
They cook the cheese on the grill.
Yeah.
On the flat top.
Yeah.
And it hardens up, and then they wrap
almost
it around.
roll it.
They almost sear it,
Yep.
Yeah, it's like sear it basically.
Got you.
And which by the way, I told Wally to do. I told Wally to do years ago.
Yeah.
To roll that, man, because it's an experience you don't even get. I know when I saw it, I wanted to try it. And then let me just tell you this. So this is I didn't know this until I got to the door. I've been following these guys for 2 years on Instagram.
Gotcha.
They've got 650,000 followers. I didn't know this guy was talking about this. I just didn't remember. And then so I walk up and it's all Mexican, Filipino, and fusion, right? So I'm eating this cheese burrito. Maybe I ordered a different one. We cut it in half because it's so crazy.
Right.
And all of a sudden Chris is all, "What's this?" She takes a bite. They have lumpia in the burrito. It was freaking amazing, though. They have little pieces of lumpia, lumpia rolls on each side of the burrito.
That's crazy.
It was freaking, I've never had that.
Right.
The burrito was phenomenal.
Really?
The flavor was off the charts.
Okay.
If I'm being real, a little bit rich when you're trying to eat a couple different burritos. And we also got, they had this tater tot dish. It was like tater tots, jalapenos, so it was a little spicy.
Yeah.
Their sauce was freaking amazing. And then they had almost like a,
Tell me to throw some carne asada up in there.
no, this time wasn't because we had carne asada fries at the other spot. So I wanted to try something a little different. They had like almost like a spare rib. It was like a beef rib, like a beef or pork rib actually, but it was like cut. It was so amazing, like the flavor.
Really?
And then lastly, I had to of course just try a regular super burrito, with like the carne asada with it was really good. It was really good. That was what I wanted to eat because the other ones I could take a few bites and they were amazing.
Right.
But they were so rich, it almost felt gimmicky.
Gotcha.
Even though there was so much flavor, so much. I went back to that carne asada burrito. It was a big ass burrito, and I finished that shit, and I was happy. We couldn't even take it. We took it to go because there was so much extra food, and ended up. I hate to be this way. Ended up throwing it away. Like half a fucking burrito and 3/4 a plate of fucking tater tots because I wasn't gonna get sick over the shit.
Yeah.
I ate more with that burrito and whatever else. So, but that place was definitely check them out. And then I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I mean, I went to another Italian spot also that was pretty good. They're right. I can't even think of them. They're called Battista's Hole in the Wall. They're really good. If you go there, you get all the free garlic bread you want, and you get all the free red wine you can drink with dinner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's a cool spot. It was pretty. It's like basically a good Italian food spot out home.
Gotcha.
Nothing to write home about. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean like
They had no chicken parm?
They had chicken parm. I think I had lasagna this time, and Chris had a steak with a salad.
Gotcha.
But really good. It was really good.
I always judge Italian spots by the
Yeah.
chicken parm.
I was going to go chicken parm the next night at Capo's, and that's why I didn't, do it the night before. And then I got convinced to do veal because they said veal was like
How was that though?
the best veal I've ever had. I'll show you pictures later of that shit.
So
Yeah.
it was
amazing, amazing.
So the one thing you were talking about in the green room is Vegas.
Yeah.
It sounds like you had an amazing time fucking eating food, right?
Yeah, it was a foodie
Yeah,
experience.
foodie. I mean, the foodie gang
The foodie gang was
in effect.
We were banging.
Yeah, right.
Pause.
But you said it was different, man. You said it was Super Bowl. The Magic, you were there for the Magic Show.
Yeah, so
People
for
don't know
everybody that knows
what
the Magic Show, okay, you got it.
yeah, people don't know what the Magic Show is. A big clothing event that's been going on for years.
World's biggest clothing show.
It's funny every time people when we used to go to the shows, I'd be like, "Oh, I went to the magic show." They're like, "You're into magic?" I'm like, "No, it's clothing."
Yeah.
It's
just
a big
called
show. Hey, with a bunch of Magic Johnson models walking around.
I mean, shit. It was so. I went to the Magic Show when I was back in the league and stuff like that because I dabbled in clothing for fucking a hot minute, but it's a big show. I mean,
Used to be.
it brings out celebs. They do parties every fucking night. It used to be a super big show, but you told me it was fucking different out there. Give me your perspective.
Man,
What's going on out
it
in
was
Vegas?
dead. First of all, when we touched in, I looked at the airport. Now we landed at 9:30 in the morning.
Okay.
The whole airport was empty. Like it was like
9:30 in the morning on Super Bowl
couple
weekend.
people here there.
That's
So
what's
I talked to my Uber driver, and the guy that was taking us to the hotel. He goes, "Oh, I go, man, it looks dead, and I told Chris that, and he goes, no, people start at 11:30, packed. Okay, cool. Now I don't know to verify that or not, but he also probably didn't know. I don't think he knew the clothing. Not one Uber driver knew that the clothing show was in town.
Which is crazy.
I took about 8 Ubers, 10 Ubers. That
Remember, we used to wait like
out,
45 minutes to an hour to leave the convention center.
yeah, for Ubers and
There'd
shit.
be a line down the street
Yeah.
just waiting for a ride.
Yeah, there was nothing like that. But so I went to sourcing. You've been to sourcing
Yeah.
before. It's at the Las Vegas Convention Center. There was when we walked outside, and we walked outside the show probably 3:34, almost towards the an hour before it ended on the first day.
Yeah.
We were the only people waiting for an Uber.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we were the only people. There was not these like they used to chauffeur people by limo from Mandalay to Las Vegas Convention Center and back. There's none of that. We walked in. It seemed like half the area was being represented.
Shein and Temu have the clothing industry
Whoa.
that fucked up.
Well, Shein and Temu are definitely messing with people's heads. And then on top of that, I just think the finances for shit. I just think that the costs of everything has gone up. And even if it isn't the cost of your products you're paying and what you're selling, it's the cost of the expenses to go there, to stay there, to eat. I mean, that's the other thing too. We were talking about it. I was talking about it with a couple of people, and Vegas. If people keep saying, "Man, Vegas ain't what it was 20 years ago, ain't what it was 10 years ago," and I know that the world's changed too, and people don't have to go there to gamble, so it's like they are trying to make their money any way they can with every little hustle.
Yeah.
And it feels to me like you're getting hustled from every angle.
So you feel what's going on is they nickel and diming you, and people are fucking sick and tired of it.
You don't want to get nickel and dimed, looked at as a number, and then like every single thing is a business deal. Everybody's selling. I mean, and I get that. But at least back in the day, there used to be some bedside manners, and there used to be a lot of like come down there for a Heineken and a hot dog, 99 cents.
Right.
You know what I mean? There were price margins that got people to do stuff.
Right.
Nowadays, man, like I'm telling you, drinks are at least $20-25.
Yeah.
The food. Put this way again, for breakfast. One day we stopped in Cromwell, just in like the little side kitchen thing. I got a little breakfast sandwich. Chris got a breakfast sandwich. She got a coffee, just regular American coffee. I got a coffee, and then I got a Perrier. Right.
Right.
$70.
Holy fuck.
Her coffee.
sounds
Hey,
about right.
let me just tell you.
You
This.
might as well go to the buffet.
They don't have a buffet in Cromwell.
Really? Okay, gotcha.
And I'll say this: like her coffee. This will put it in perspective. Her 16-ounce just American coffee,
Right.
$7.99.
Yeah. So that's here's the thing, man. Is I mean, you know me. Vegas should be my shit.
Yeah.
Like I guarantee you I would be there like 3 or 4 times a year because I loved it so much. And then I started doing the numbers, and I'm like, I could go out of the country for what the fuck I'm spending in Vegas and what I'm doing in Vegas. And that's what I started doing. That's when I started traveling. When I started putting, I was like, I'm not going to spend $4 or $5 grand to go to fucking Vegas where I can take the same amount of money and have an adventure outside of the country that I've fucking never been in. They have overpriced like Vegas to the point where I'm thinking you're seeing the effects of it. Like people are like fucking tired of going to Las Vegas and, especially when you got online gambling, now, because people used to go to the gamble. You got casinos in damn near every fucking city now. You know what I'm saying? So they don't have to come to Vegas to go.
And let me add this: the generations that's replacing our generation, the generation after us.
Yeah.
They didn't grow up on nightclubs and nightlife.
Yeah.
They didn't even grow up drinking like we drank.
Right.
You know, they're more like to themselves, social media, on phone.
Yeah,
they could stay in their
introverted,
room.
video games, smoking weed.
Yeah, exactly. So going out, going to an experience like Vegas is like they may do it one time in their fucking life and say, "Oh, I did it and went home." Where we made that shit. It was like our dope Disneyland.
Oh, without a doubt, it was like the Hangover. You know, it was like the Hangover movie. But
Anytime you went.
Yeah. But with that said, like, and also another thing too, the nightclubs. Now the nightclubs are just overpriced bottle service.
Right.
And whereas before it was people dancing and engaging and having fun,
right,
and everything else, and now it's just like I had a chance. I called my VIP host because I was looking, and I think the baby was there on Saturday night. I wasn't there, I didn't want to go early. And then we talked. He goes, "Man, come on!" Like he was cool. He was like, "Man, come on in. I'll walk you in, no matter what. You don't have to get a table, whatever." Okay. And I was so freaking tired and full from the fucking Italian food that night that I just fell asleep. I didn't even go back down to gamble. Because we were drinking all day and then went to the Italian food spots. I was beat down, but they had Gucci Man on there Sunday night at Dre's, and I had no inclination. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was like, "Yeah, Gucci Man, I gotta go." No disrespect, but I was like, "Man, I don't care."
Yeah,
it wouldn't have mattered. So it's just interesting because it's just different times, different.
So they have any good shows, like events during the week that you heard of?
No, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear of any parties. I really didn't. I don't know. It just looked so dead.
So not only, like I said, not only them price gouging, but the economy, it showed you, I mean, the stock market's up, but at the lower level economy, it's hitting everybody, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
everybody's starting, penny pitching and
that's affecting everybody for sure.
Deciding.
Well, I've said this for a while. I mean, Vegas is dying a slow death, and I think that's why they put the basketball or the hockey stadium in there. They're trying to bring basketball there. They're bringing baseball there because the casinos just aren't the draw that they used to be.
Gotcha.
I mean, they finally finished the Fontainebleau. It was like $4 billion.
Yep.
And they're barely even making any money. The Resorts World across the streets losing money left and right.
Right.
You go in there, it's like a ghost town.
Oh, the Horseshoe.
Yeah.
There's some getting crushed. Did you see on TikTok? Vegas Pauly or whatever.
Yeah, Vegas Pauly.
Yeah. Vegas Pauly.
So I get all my Vegas info.
He was talking about how bad like certain casinos are losing daily.
Really?
They're losing 40. They're taking a 40% hit daily.
And he said like Resorts World and Fontainebleau. He's like he's like the only way they make money is in their high roller rooms because people want the luxury, they want the experience.
Gotcha.
He said the normal casino, the tables are empty. He's like. The one, I think it was the Fontainebleau he walked in. One of them we walked in. There was like 7 bays of like the pits.
Right.
All of them were closed. Not one of them was open as he's walking in. The main entrance right off the strip. You go first bay closed, second bay closed, third bay closed. It's like there's nobody. He's like, you feel like you're walking into a morgue. There's nobody even there until you get like 1,000 feet in.
Well, I think first of all, I think it's way too far down on the strip. It seems like everybody hangs around a little hub and that's why I think they're redoing the Mirage right now. But like where you're at, it was in the center of the strip because you go on the other side. The Carmel's on the other side. You got Caesars on the other side. You still got
Caesars, Flamingo, Link.
What's that? Palazzo's on the other side, stuff like that.
You got Paris and Planet Hollywood.
Yeah, but for some reason people congregate. Right in the middle of the strip. It's like if you go on either end, you're fucking dying because let's think about this. The luxury. I remember back in the day.
Luxury was baller.
Yeah, baller status.
First hot tub room I've ever stayed in.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they upgraded my shit back in the day. And now, fucking, that shit is a dump.
Oh, I know.
If you go on that shit, the rooms are fucking terrible. The hotel.
The elevators look like it's going to break on you.
Luxor and what's the one right next door?
Oh, Excalibur?
Excalibur. Yeah. Both just need to be
demolished.
Yeah. I mean, let's put it this way. Excalibur, I was telling my girl, because she goes, you ever stay? Because it looks cool for people that see it on the outside. Looks like a little Disney World castle, Disneyland castle or whatever. And I go, you know what's funny? The restaurants to eat are all a food court upstairs on an escalator that looks like in a broken down mall. Like
Yeah.
it looks like a deserted mall, and then you go upstairs and there's like 6 food
It
places.
was crazy. I remember back in the day when I was fucking 21 years old, I went to Vegas for my 21st birthday, and I thought I was balling, bro. I had saw an Excalibur show. You know what I'm saying? You got your little your dinner package for $50, and then it got you fucking 3 drinks and a meal and shit like that. You could watch a whole show, bro. It was back then. It was you thought it was cool. Now that shit is run the fuck now, man. It's crazy.
I mean,
But I think you're right, though, Nick, is that's why they're bringing the sports entertainment there, because they got to have people there year round. You know what I'm saying?
That's only the Sphere.
Yeah.
They're trying to find other reasons for people to come to Vegas.
Yeah.
Than the gambling, because the gambling, like you said, you can do it anywhere now.
Yep.
And I mean, now that a lot of the even the local casino, well, you have sports betting in like a quarter or more of the states in the U.S.
Yeah.
Most of them have Indian casinos. Now a lot of the Indian casinos offer the full line of table games, including craps and roulette, pie gal and baccarat and all that stuff, where they didn't have that before. So if you wanted to roll craps, you got to go to Vegas, or you play video craps.
Yep.
Now you walk in any casino and
We can go down right down the
now
street
and play
and buy shit like that too.
Hey, well, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned the Spear though, because the couple I was with, Brenda, she really wanted to see the Spear.
Right.
We should try and go to the Spear. I heard it was amazing. Blah blah blah. It looks amazing on the outside.
Yeah.
Whatever's got all the little show going on the outside. There are people lined up to get in, and so really in my scene, you know what I mean. But I'm like, okay, whatever. If obviously I'd go to experience it if everybody else did.
Yeah.
So we're coming back from dinner. And somehow we're talking about the Spear because there was a different color on it. It was lighting up the whole sky.
Right.
And we're the Spear. And then the lady that's driving our Uber could barely speak English, but she was like, "Oh, don't go. That's ripoff." So that's ripoff. And we're like, "What?" And I'm thinking, okay, what? Why you say that? Oh, it just is. Worst seats in the house. Worst seats in the house. You know how much it costs? I go, no, how much? $149 to get in the building. So you got to pay $149 to sit in this thing,
Right.
And then they show you Then she goes, but she made so much sense. She can barely speak English, but she made so much sense. And she goes, "Look, I'll show you." And she shows this video from her phone.
Right.
She goes, "Look, transition doesn't even make sense. It's hard to follow. It's not like Disneyland with the what's a California Adventure where you go over and you smell the oranges and you go." And I took my daughter on that one, and he goes, "It's $149. If it was $35.40, makes sense."
Right.
She goes, "$149." She goes, "No way."
Right.
Rip off. It was funny.
But they've done some dope ass concerts in there though.
Oh yeah, no. I feel you.
I've seen some like EDM events that they did.
Well, EDM with the lights going and drugs. I mean, what do you expect?
But I've seen some EDM events in there that I'm like, all right, I see what you're talking about. But if you're just doing like you said, regular, just like,
$150 to watch, Mary Poppins or whatever the hell.
yeah, fuck that, nah.
well, they got to get their money back somehow. So
Yeah.
I wonder if did they do a Super Bowl viewing at the Sphere?
I don't think so. I don't think so. That would have been cool.
That would have been.
That
Because
would've
they have a couple places now. I think they have one in Texas,
Texas, yeah, where it's like
where it's like a big, huge screen and you sit. It's like a movie theater, but the screen's like
Was it
50 times
Was
the
it
size
kind of
of a
like the
normal
one?
movie
What's
theater?
the one in downtown Vegas?
Cirque.
Yeah, Cirque. Cirque got the biggest.
but it's kind of like, but it's enclosed, and you almost feel like you're live at the
No,
game.
they make you buy a ticket then
Yeah.
with the seats. It's
Yeah,
like
you buy a ticket with a seat,
Yeah.
and you feel like you're right off like 5 feet from the field.
Okay,
And the
yeah.
camera and the screen's so huge, and you're sitting right on it that you feel like you're at the game.
Oh, okay.
And then they do waitress and stuff coming around ordering drinks. It looked dope. I wanna check one of those out one time, catch some games.
All right. Fuck it. But yeah, so how'd your trip end? Was it?
I mean,
Did you get what you needed?
yeah. I got the contacts I needed to do, the business I need to do.
There you go.
It was cool. And then when we had a good experience, it was me and Chris's first time in Vegas.
Okay.
So, she got to see, we got to check out the food spots. And it's so crazy to think that this is probably my first time ever in Vegas where I did not go to a club, ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, never mind. I went to a Super Bowl party. I gambled, hit 2 different casinos, hit every food spot. And I actually enjoyed, I think we talked about this before. For the price of clubs,
Yep.
for the price of the liquor, I would rather go to dinner, get a nice bottle of wine, get a nice dinner, have good company, maybe go back, gamble a little, or get a couple drinks,
Yeah.
and call it a night.
No, I'm with you. As much as I'm a party boy.
Yeah.
When I go to Vegas now, I do the pool parties.
Yeah.
I'll party all day with your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll take a nap. You may catch me in the lounge, but fuck, I'm not on the club. I'm not in the club 3-4 o'clock in the morning. And that ain't my gig. That's us back in the day on that one. You know what I'm saying? That's the one time I do turn it. When I go to Vegas, I do turn into the old man. I learn how to party in Vegas now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the way I do it. It's like party hard during the day, and then at night, if I wake up, I go get some food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's funny.
They go to the lounge if I'm still fucking want to drink a little bit. But I ain't out fucking too much past fucking 12 o'clock midnight.
No, I feel you. And on top of that, if you're staying in a good spot, your bed is so damn comfortable. Like I'm not gonna lie, man. Sometimes like getting a good night's sleep, and even in Vegas,
It's just funny. You go to Vegas get a good night's sleep.
well, I'm just saying, so you have all the energy for the next freaking day.
No, yeah, because it's a long day. Walking the strip is fun and stuff like that. If you ain't been, hey, here's the thing, listeners. If you ain't been to Vegas, go just experience it yourself. We just know this. We've experienced this for years. I mean, we're talking about 20 years of experience going to Vegas. We've seen the highs and the lows and the ups and the downs.
Different eras.
Yeah. I would always say at the place that you got to see one time, and then you make your decision after that for sure. So,
Oh yeah, definitely. Without a doubt.
Grady, give me a weekend real quick, baby.
Let's see. Friday night, went to dinner. Did I go to dinner? I think I went to dinner. And then I ended up going to Getcho Taco for a couple drinks, and ended up running into. So me and Chuck a couple weeks ago, we met these girls.
Oh, you were. I thought you were saying you and Chuck were a couple.
No, we met these girls at Stillery, and they're nice or whatever. But
Do they like guys that gamble?
one of the girls took some pictures, and I was like, "Oh, send them to me." So she texted me the pictures. Well, then, like a week later, I get a random text. I'm like, I don't know this number. It's like, hey, and we met you last week. It was like she gave the number to her friend, and now both of them are texting me back and forth. And I'm like, then I'm telling Chuck, no, they're nice. They were nice girls, and whatever. But I was just like, I wasn't like I was trying to holler or anything. And
What if they listen to the show right now?
yeah, they probably do. So then they found me on Facebook.
Okay.
And then they both try to add me as friends on Facebook. And then I get a text last weekend on, I think it was Friday night. Hey, we're going to be out in Chandler tonight. Come meet up.
Okay.
And so this was Saturday night that happened. And so Chuck was like, I'm not going out tonight. Like I'm, staying home, whatever. So I was like, all right. So like 11 o'clock at night after I watched the UFC at the house, I won a few bucks, and I was like, I'm going to go to Wally's and Wally's there. I'm going to go have a drink and just hang out for a little bit. So I'm sitting in there. By the way, Saturday night, his place was packed.
Oh, that's
Really?
good. That's good.
It was the only thing going on in downtown Chandler. I had to sit like the last seat at the bar between a bunch of people, and like 6 of the tables inside and 2 tables outside were packed. And the guy was running his server was running like crazy all over the place.
Okay.
And the phone was ringing off the hook. People were trying to place orders for Super Bowl and all this shit. So I'm sitting in there, a couple seats next to me clear out. So I'm at the bar, just like in the middle. I moved to the middle from the side, and I was like talking to them, having a drink. Who walks in? Those 2 girls.
Oh, wow.
And I just look up and I hear the girl go, "Oh, nice running into you, Nick. Thanks for responding back to us."
Oh, wow.
So I'm just like, oh my God.
Hey,
So-
see, ladies, this is the type of guy Nick is.
So then I,
Can't meet the right person.
so at that point my phone had died, and I was like, my phone died. I didn't get a chance to hit you back, whatever. So I charged my phone. I took a picture with Chuck, with the 2 girls. I sent it to Chuck, and I text them. They found me. I'm like, you're not safe. And I just text that to him with the picture, with no other context, at like 1:30 in the morning.
That's just funny.
And he just woke up the next morning. He's like, "They found you, huh?" I was like, "They found me." So, and then I came over. I actually ordered, Wally had a hell of a deal he did 50 wings with a large side of fries and like all the sauces and everything for $60.
There you go.
Which, wings these days.
Yeah.
Fucking a dozen wings is $18 in some places. So,
With the bird flu.
yeah, so
Does the birds have flu?
I guess if Fauci says they do, or Bill Gates does.
maybe we need to give him the COVID shot and then we get sick. But so I brought some wings over here. We had wings and watched football over at Paul's, and it was a good time. I mean, you know, too bad for Chiefs fans. You know, Chuck was a big Chiefs fan. After about 10 minutes into the game, I was like,
Yeah.
I feel bad for Chuck. He's hurting.
Yeah.
He was just sitting there with pouting the whole time.
Hey, by the way, what's it called? What do you guys think of that whole Pat Mahomes Sr. and John Rocker?
Oh, outside the fucking down on
Now they're going to fight in Rough and Rowdy.
Yeah.
Are they gonna fight?
Yeah, with
Dave Portnoy.
Barstool. Yeah, Dave Portnoy's
Really?
little fighting event. Yeah, they're going to be the main.
how the fuck did it start? They were outside of fucking bar.
Yeah,
And
supposedly John Rocker came out with the drink, went to talk to him, said something sly, I guess, and then Pat Mahomes said something back to him.
Okay.
And then I guess they hated each other in pro baseball.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
they've had a history of hating each other.
Gotcha.
And then I guess
so they knew each other from
yeah,
right now. Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
And so then there was a bunch of shit talking, and then
Gotcha.
yeah. So
And now they're
who knows?
fighting.
Yeah, and if it's staged or not, who knows? Whatever.
That's what I thought. I thought maybe they set it up. That was just
I don't know. Pat, I mean,
hey,
Pat's
free
always-
advertisement to get the for the fight. You know.
Yeah. Well, Pat. Here's the thing. Pat Mahomes always been like him and his fucking younger brother. You know.
His young son.
Young son. You know, has been pain in fucking
Yeah.
you know Mahomes' ass. You know, to say the least, and shit like that. And here's the thing, man. It's always hard after you lose. You know what I'm saying? You get those fucking hard ass questions. How do you feel? How the fuck do you think I feel? You know what I'm saying? And they stick a mic straight up in your face and shit like that. How do they expect you not to fucking? You got to keep it cool right there, bro. I know you, Mitch, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're a lot more fucking,
yeah.
you know, chill than you used to be. But think about yourself back when you were that age. You think about a motherfucker sticking a mic up in your fucking face. And you just got done, you know, pissed off and shit. You were just, you know.
Yeah, before I understood life and I understood the business aspects of it, and also
Yeah. What were you saying? Get the fucking mic out of your face while I'm jumping.
Imagine
before
if,
you get bipped.
imagine if in Laughlin that night that they had to wheel him up in the wheelchair. The next morning he waked up and we had a camera and a microphone.
That's
Mitch, how do you feel?
Allegedly.
How do you feel?
Allegedly.
42-1.
He would have been pissed over that bitch. He would have definitely shove that mic up your ass.
Hey. Man, that shit's
Yeah, because the lobster's tough.
lobster stuff.
Man, it was some good. I'm trying to tell you. Here's the thing. We were talking about Vegas earlier, but on the flip side, you got to try Laughlin. I gotta say, try Laughlin one time. One time.
It's again, that's dying a slow death too, and it's closer to death than Vegas. is.
Well, yeah.
But I just remember like
I don't think. Listen, I don't think Laughlin ever die out. Listen, I'm gonna tell you why.
Old people keep it.
Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I don't think Laughlin ever died.
But when we used to go, I remember some of the years we'd be walking down the street and there'd be big groups of people walking, cars everywhere. You know, people be laying in the bushes and all kinds of craziness. Like, and then all of a sudden, like over the years, it's just like, then you go and it's like, oh, that casino is closed. Oh, that parking lot's half empty. It's just like, I don't know. And we keep going. You want to like relive the glory days, but they're just
Well,
not
I think
there
what they're going to do is they're going to condense it down to maybe like 3 or 4 hotels. You know, like the Aquarius, maybe the Nugget, and what's the one that you keep going past the Nugget that's over the hill?
Harris.
Or Harris.
Harris. Yeah. I think they're going to condense the shit down where they'll probably close the. Well, now what's the one with the
Oh, they already
the
did.
riverboat? They closed that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
But that's because it's not safe.
They got condemned.
They got condemned.
Got you. But all that shit's going, you know, like I said, they're going to condense Laughlin now where they're going to force you to go to like 3 or 4 hotels. I can see that.
But I'll tell you this. Go check out Laughlin. Do it. Go. Honestly, stay at the Aquarius. Or if you're older, stay at Harris.
Yeah.
Those 2 hotels will keep you busy. Or even
Or Don Laughlin's.
at Riverside. Yeah, it's funny as it is. It's definitely a more blue collar hotel. Probably the best way to put it. But people are out on the gambling floor at 3 a.m, and the place is packed.
And there's a club.
And there's a club, exactly.
That's open.
And there's a fat burger.
Yes.
Yes. Temper expectations,
Yep.
but you'll have a good time.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. All right, man. Coming to the end of the show. We didn't get through any conspiracy stuff, but we'll do it next time. We do got to do it because we did one.
Yeah.
The conspiracy guy wasn't here. So hopefully maybe next week they'll release some of these JFK tapes, Martin Luther King
Files.
tapes, some files. We have some good shit. Call your buddy up, see if we can get that.
Well, I did hear the one lady said that she's seen some of the files and she's convinced that there was more than one shooter.
Oh, So you just confirming everything that everybody else know?
What are we talking about? The Ray J Kim K tape?
Yes.
Hey, that shit was dope, bro. If you ain't seen that motherfucker, boy, that's a good tape.
It's right up there with 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Bro, why you gotta bring that? That's nasty. You nasty.
Hey, anybody want to go to Dairy Queen?
You nasty bastard. I never want to see that. I'm thinking there's gonna be some. Oh, we gotta get to them.
Hey, anybody, how about a Wendy's Frosty right now?
Holy fuck! Oh, we
How
gotta.
about some
All right, stop. We got
oatmeal?
We gotta get. Oh, you nasty fuck!
Hey, you just pull the handle, oatmeal comes out.
Do not fucking go see 2 Girls.
I don't know if you can find that anymore.
Fuck you ain't gonna find that shit
That
probably.
was like Faces of Death and shit. Remember that when you were a little kid? Hey, real quickly, you remember when you were a little kid and you heard about this shit? Hold on, all those people die? I need to see that shit.
Hey,
and then
you know, I'm in live
Going to the
stuff
video
film.
place and renting it.
Yeah, and it was sitting
it's
in the
a
corner.
box,
Yeah, it's in the
the
back.
weird box, and you go, you bring out, and then just like the commentary, it was almost like kind of funny the way. Like I remember the one, there was a guy who was parachuting.
The alligator went.
Parachuting.
How the-
The first time he lands, perfect landing. Then he goes again. Oh, the wind picked up. Then he goes into the.
He didn't make it this
Yeah,
time.
he lands in like an alligator like a sanctuary and just lands in the water and gets torn up by like 50 alligators.
Oh my god, snuff films. It was live. They used to put us together.
Man, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna talk about Faces of Death on TikTok.
Y'all are wild.
Man, that shit brings back memory. There was a bunch of them. They released like 50. I remember one. There was one like some guy. He was like in a mental institution, and he like took the nurse hostage, and he had a knife to her throat. And then the police came in, and so he slit her throat, and then they shot him. There was just like blood everywhere. I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
And when you're a kid, when you're like 12 years old
hey,
watching this shit,
Tell me, did you not only feel guilty watching it, and you didn't know how you felt the first couple times you seen this shit, right?
you like kind of felt sick.
Like
but
I
you're
told you,
kinda
they had live. These are live stuff films that they used to peddle to.
Exactly, and that's why we are the way we are today.
Yeah. That's why we so cold-hearted individuals. All right, man. We gotta get it. Give me your thought of the day, brother. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Y'all crazy.
I'm gonna say this. I'm noticing. Well, 2 things. I'm gonna say real quick. 2 things. I'm noticing a lot more people obviously talking conspiracy, using the word psyops and different things like that. On different shows and stuff, and that's cool actually. But again, like I said,
Trademark.
yeah, no, go back like 6 months ago, 4 months ago. Just again, all I want to say is be very careful. Be very careful.
So these psyops everywhere.
I
Kanye?
don't trust any of it, man. I don't trust any of
Kendrick?
it. Yeah, I don't trust any of it. Like, I really don't. And then speaking of which is funny not to trust any of it. I don't trust this regime, just like last regime. But my only thing I'm gonna say is the people that look at stuff, and it's half my California friends, like that I grew up with. Okay, I see them enraged with, Elon Musk and going, that Elon Musk, he has no business getting in government affairs, blah, 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 right? Not one of these motherfuckers crying said anything about Bill Gates. They defended him. So, again, it's so funny when politics draws a blurry line for people based on what they're backing and supporting. It's not as simple as that's wrong and that's wrong.
Right.
It's, well, that's kind of wrong, but I don't really see that. I'm going to point over here. And both sides do it. And that's why I will always say it's a puppet show and people do it on purpose. They do it on purpose to keep everybody divided, to keep everybody arguing. And yeah.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Are you a psyop?
Sometimes you feel like it. Hey, put it this way. This show ain't got enough ratings yet to be a psyop.
They're gonna come to bitch. We need you.
Hey, get your ratings up, and then we'll talk.
All right, Greedy, what you got, man?
Man, I'm just. I don't even know. I'm just gonna say I'm excited for the JFK files to come out. Although I don't think they're
Do
actually
you have any bets on it?
they're gonna actually show anything more than we don't already know. It's all a game. It's look over here so we can do the shit that we're doing over here.
Bread and circuses.
They're gonna give us just enough to make you wonder what really happened, but you're never gonna get a true answer. Just like with the Martin Luther King and RFK and JFK Jr.'s plane crash and 9/11 and Vegas shooting and the list goes on, like Columbine and Chopper flying into the plane in Washington.
And the aliens in the mall.
We sound like we got all our topics for next week, but go ahead.
I mean, I'm just going to say, I love this stuff. I grew up, I've always been fascinated with JFK. I've seen the movie probably 50 times or more.
To the left.
Yeah. And I've watched a lot of documentaries and things on JFK and RFK and MLK and
all the LKs.
All the Ks, yeah. And just
I wasn't gonna go there.
and
Kim K.
I'm just curious if anything new actually does come out, and hopefully maybe we can find some other conspiracy to talk about. I'm just wondering when the 9/11
We're talking about that shit next week. Okay,
When are they getting
we've
ready?
been tap dancing around that shit. We fucking talking.
when are they getting?
We're
released?
talking about that shit. I promise you, we're talking about 9/11.
What happened with Building 7? That's what
We're talking about because that's. I think we all kind of agree on this topic. But anyway, my last thing. Fuck, I just fucking. Oh, why you motherfuckers been gatekeeping fucking The Walking Dead? I've been trying to tell you, these fucking spinoff shows are fucking fire. I've been binge watching this shit out of it. So I'm going backwards actually. But Walking Dead, if y'all ain't seen that shit, fucking watch it. That shit is good as fuck though. All right. On that note, I'm out of here. Love you. Gone.